Hello folks, this is another update video. I think we're up to number 11 for the Metroid-Like game that I've been working on. And I'm pretty pumped. I think I've made a lot of improvements this weekend. I've been working hard and I think there's lots of new things to show you guys. So, first off, we now start completely with no inventory at all. No longer can we charge our beams up, or even turn into a ball, or do very much at all, I guess. And, as you may notice, there's items on the ground. So let's pick up this guy. Obviously, there's still some animations to throw into the game, or some sprites like that, but the main thing is we have the ice beam. So you can shoot that, and we can also unequip it. And I have figured out a decent way to deal with freezing enemies now. I'll try to get them in a good spot here. So you can see the color looks about right. You can jump on top of them until they unfreeze, of course. I think they probably unfreeze a little bit quick, but that's fine. So yeah, the rippers, they are called, now have the correct frozen animation, or frozen color. Pretty happy about that. Anyway, let's go through the rest of this demo, sort of. Get a few items here, and we'll show them off. So the morphing ball works as expected. Oh, except I managed to glitch through the wall again. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Bugs, right? Still got some bugs. So we've got morphing ball and spring ball. Now that we have spring ball, we can jump as a ball. And as with all of the items I've got right now, you can't... Well, that's interesting. I've never done that before. I wonder what happens in the actual Super Metroid if you do that. What happens if you turn off the morph ball while you're a ball? Huh, I've never done that before. Anyway, sort of an edge case. So, point is, you can turn those on or off as you need, similarly with bombs. So I've got most of the ball functionality programmed in just fine. And you can drop bombs now, and just like the other ones, you can unequip them. One of the weird things that I've got, if you're seeing my arrow sort of jump around, I don't have a great way of ordering the power-ups. Right now, basically there's a list that just orders them as you pick them up. I need to make it work better, because right now I'm pressing up, and it went straight to bomb, and I pressed up, and it went to spring ball, and then I pressed up, and it went to morph ball. But that's lower priority. We'll get there eventually. Alright, now, the doors have also gone through an extremely large upgrade since the last video. So, a red door, obviously, if you remember Super Metroid, you can't open it with a normal beam. You need missiles. 5 to be exact. Actually, before we leave, I want to go pick up that other missile container just to have it on hand. I hid one up here just so that I had a spare. Just in case you missed one of your missiles, you can always get a second one. For the purposes of this demo, there's still no enemies to kill to replenish your ammo yet. One of these days we'll get that going on. What I need to do is get enemy to tile collisions figured out properly, and maybe player to tile collisions, and then I'll spend more time on enemies. And also, did you guys notice? The door opens and closes behind you. I'm pretty happy about that. I think the animation looks pretty sweet. So you can see a few upgrades up here, but we can't jump high enough. Oh no! Wonder if we'll be able to figure that out this episode. So we've got a green door, and a green door, if you remember Super Metroid, you can't even open with normal missiles. You need super missiles. Now, super missiles should also make the screen shake or something, I think, but whatever, we'll get to that someday. Again, door works just fine, and now we're in the super huge room, and I think I've fixed all the slowdown issues by now. As far as I can see, this is pretty much normal speed. So, what I need is the dash button. I have to add that in too. So, what do you guys think? Do you think the various suit works? That seems like an awful lot of sprites to add in to Samus. It takes about 300 or so to cover all of her animations. Haha! I figured it out. So in the code, I have the color switching from power suit to various suit. And it actually is only 3 colors different. There's basically a light, a medium, and a dark version of yellow, and same thing with orange for the power suit, which I think is pretty swell, so it's actually pretty easy to switch. So we will take half damage from enemies. We haven't really dealt with lava yet or anything, but you look different and you take less damage. I figure that's a good start. So we'll do a little bit of platform hell. It wouldn't be a Metroid game without some sort of platforming, so I had to add that in. Oh, I forgot to demonstrate. The next jump you can't make without the high jump boots. Just as a demonstration purpose. So turn them off. There is no way to actually jump that high. And we have no wall kick or anything just yet. Maybe one day. Put the high jump boots on. I don't know if this is way higher than Super Metroid, but it's fun. So for now, I'm not worrying about getting perfect mirror or cloning just yet. Also, one of the very few icons I couldn't find a tile set for was the gravity suit. So we have a duplicate Varia suit to upgrade to the gravity suit. For whatever reason, the tile sets that I've got access to from Strider's Resource don't have the gravity suit, interestingly enough. But just like Power to Varia, upgrading to the gravity suits, the colors are actually very simple. So I can switch back and forth. I suppose. There we go. And turn it back on. And you take less damage with more suits. So I think I've got it so both Varia and Gravity take less damage as it sort of stacks, basically. We might as well pick up some stuff while we're here. Reserve tank. I haven't totally finished making these puppies work. They show up on the storage page, and they actually will fill up if you can recover your energy somehow. But there's no way to drain them back into your main tanks just yet. One of these days. Energy tanks work just fine, and should show up there at the top. And this is sort of the alternate color energy tank. It says alt there because I haven't changed the name in the game yet. It's just a slightly different color. I think they use one in like the Norfair regions and one in Brinstar regions, for instance. And then the beams. So we'll pick these up. I have a little bit of fiddling to do with renaming some of my lists and stuff so that they display in-game like this a little bit nicer. But we'll get there. One thing that I haven't done yet is the combos of beams. So I can only fire basic beams plus charge, but no other beam combinations. So if I fired my gun right now, I would actually crash the game because I'm lazy. But you can unequip them fairly easily, which makes this all work out, basically. So charge plus ice mostly works. I still have to do the actual charge animation, which is another one that's hard to get sprites for, so that's going to take a little while. Let's put wave on. Wave still works. It's supposed to go through walls. Yeah, it goes through walls. It goes behind the walls. It doesn't hit the walls, so it works. It works the way it's supposed to. Got Spazer. Works pretty much right. I know in Super Metroid it doesn't create 3 explosion tiles when it hits something. I don't care. I think it looks cool with 3 explosion tiles. That's nice. Anyway, that's Spazer and Plasma, which if you go back, still goes through enemies correctly. Maybe that's not the perfect example, but this guy over here. The Plasma Beam will go through him. I suppose there's a charge version for all of those too. But, I have to actually change the sound effects too. Anyway, that's about it as far as what I've added on. I guess... Did I put a... Oh, yeah, I put a power bomb somewhere, right? I can't actually use them yet, but I'll demonstrate the fact that I can pick them up, I guess. So, basically, if you're keeping track, we're only missing 3 items here. We're missing Screw Attack, Speed Booster, and Space Jump. I've got the animation ready for Space Jump to change the spin jump to a Space Jump animation, and you look a little bit more swirly. But the actual mid-air jumping is going to take a little while. And then Speed Booster requires a dash button, which I haven't added yet, but that'll come soon enough. And Screw Attack is going to be a bit of a pain, because I don't know how to get the animation for that just yet. I need lightning effects. And then, of course, I need the Grapple Beam and X-Ray Scope. But that's all that I'm missing, basically 5 power-ups. And we can select the power... Oops. Ha! That was a good trick. If you're holding left, there's still a small bug. If you're holding left, open the menu screen, and then let go of left, you'll keep moving without pressing anything. It's designed that way. But yeah, we can't actually use power bombs yet. You can use your ammo, but you can't actually fire them. Again, it's one of the ones I don't have the animations for. I could probably make the sound effect go off, but I don't have the giant explosion. Anyway, that's it. So hope you guys have enjoyed. That's pretty much everything I've added recently that I can think of. I'm thinking it's looking pretty good. We got to get some enemies in here, hey? See you guys.